or himself, that was their problem. I would just immediately tell them what's your problem. Do you think that helps them? No, I made that mistake again and again and again. Okay? But something's very interesting. Not a single one left from my life. They keep coming back. I wonder why. You know, I feel that there must be a better way I can help these people. Why they don't go away? Because I feel hurt when I feel like I do something wrong. So I just somehow was led to this program called Stephen Ministry, and to help people it's like a caring and listening. And so I feel that, Leon gave me 5, but we didn't start until 9:30. So when they eventually told me something about me, I didn't intentionally do that, but just me, okay? Because I'm so transparent that they feel safe. So there's no hidden agenda. Yes, it hurt when I first tell them what's your problem, but they're not ready to deal with their problem. They don't want you to tell them their problem. They just want you to listen, okay? I gradually learn. I'm still learning. I'm improving, but not doing very good yet. Another reason is that I'm consistent. Next time they come, I still tell them, what's your problem? Okay? I still make my mistake. But the consistency is really the way I am, the value, things I value, and my principle and my choices, they're consistent. I'm honest, obviously too honest. I'm sincere, obviously too sincere. Also, I learned from good example that I serve people for the benefit of their benefit, for their goodness. It's not for my own. And again, not perfect. The last one, in fact, is consciously, I sometimes have to remind myself, it is good for me. Is what I think matters, what they think matters. I sometimes, for some visiting scholars, I was like, they want to have great activity. I feel like they're going to learn a lot, they're going to have fun, you know. And sometimes they don't have to sign up. Or it's like, I just feel like, so I figured I try all my best, you know. In fact, it's for their goodness. I found out that every single activity, every single week, everything I care so much about is because I think it's good for them. But maybe they don't think so. They just have to experience. Okay? So I need to learn to stay back. For them to kind of figure out, give them a little space. But they figured, okay, even you're a little dogmatic, you're a little pushy, they figured, in fact, I care more than what they care. So they start to trust. Okay? And I still continue to make my mistakes. Okay? Still continue to be bold, sometimes offend people. But I figured, that relationship is not broken. It still continue to come back because that sincerity, because that transparency. So no matter what environment you will be, most of your student or some of your scholars, that means your professor, your lead student, and some of the student might go to a corporate and you continue to advance to be a manager. Okay, you'll be a leader of some sort. And your family, you're going to have your family, your father, your mother, and that means you're a leader of your child. And some of you that maybe know a young sister, young friend will come to you, you're a leader of that person. And I have somebody just last year I met. Second time I met, I said, oh gee, 13 years later I want to be just like you. I was like, oh, I'm so flattered. Somebody wanted to be just like me. And I was thinking, first of all, why 13 years? It's the only the second time we met. And she said, well, first time we met, you asked me how old I am. I didn't tell you, but you told me how old you are, so I figured. So 30 years later, I want to be just like you. I said then, just like me? I'm so flattered, but you have to tell me why. But by the way, before you say anything, I'm telling you, this might not be a good news for you. I immediately identified, in fact, first time we met, we have some common problem. I said, you're my twin sisters in terms of all our problems. And our marriage too, you know. She said, look at you. You know, you obviously get yourself involved, you're wearing so many hats, doing so much, but you're still, I said, what? You're not collapsing, you're in one piece. Look at you. It's like, okay, that's flattering, but I said, Marianne, you know, I think we need to help each other, to hold each other accountable. That means hold each other, remind each other, okay, what's our flaws, what's our merit, and what's we're good about, and that we hold each other accountable and to, you know, do better, and to be more healthy, and to be more, to be others' blessing. And then just last week, I was thinking, you want to have dinner? Simple dinner. And she said, okay, make a long story short, she came back from her chiropractor appointment. She's supposed to come from Oakland, come to pick me up in Berkeley. And later on, I got this call, gee, I don't know how I ended up on Bay Bridge. She somehow just went the wrong direction, went on Bay Bridge, and passed the toll plaza, so she had to turn back. And I was like, gosh, I really have no time, but we're going to have dinner. And she eventually made it to my place. Guess what? I couldn't find my key. So I finally decided we have no time. So I was not locking my door. So I just left. So she opened her car door and she said, gee, what's wrong with us? I said, you know what's wrong? This is a good example. We're trying to do too much. That's what's wrong. You know. So there are things that in our life that, you know, I'm flattered that this younger sister want to be just like me. You know, that means she trusts me in certain ways, right? And we continue to, you know, spend time together and to help each other. So, is trust risky? Very risky business, I'm telling you. If you put your trust in somebody, you know, be prepared. Because nobody's perfect. But is it worth the risk? I cannot tell you. Nobody is supposed to tell you. Because that relationship is very unique. Each relationship is so unique. You have to continue to learn. And you will be hurt. But you just have to continue to learn. Okay? So is trust a yes, no, one-time matter? You have to make that decision. Was this person, oh, he or she did this? No, I'm not going to engage with this person anymore. Or you think, for some reason, the track record, the history you have with this person, if this person consistent, how consistent this person continue to hurt you in a certain way that you feel like it doesn't make sense to you. You know? You have to make that decision. If you turn away, you continue to try. How to make that decision? There's another workshop that I think we can have for a week. Could a compromised trusting relationship be restored? That again, you have to make that decision. Just be aware of your surroundings and the people you encounter. You need to intentionally to build your network called safe people. Who are safe to talk about what? Okay? So when there's a broken relationship and you need to figure out how then if you want to restore. I never give up. I just never give up. I continue to try. That's my choice. But I feel that's a blessing. So I build more and more very deep relationship. A deeper relationship can only be built through this, like iron, like rub each other and become like shiny. Okay? You just have to make that decision. It's your choice. I made my decision in my lifetime. I figure I don't give up, but I do have a few that I disengage. If that person comes to me again, I will reconnect. If that person doesn't come, I will not touch. Okay? This is part 2. So obviously it's a work environment. So, oops. This guy, obviously is the leader. Talking to this guy, said, so, what you're saying is that we have been defunct and out of business for over 2 years, and you have just been waiting for the right time to tell me. This is not only in the work environment, it's in all kinds of relationships that could happen, right? There's something would have been better if you have the courage to tell that person what's happening. Then you wouldn't have waited till that moment and wasted 2 years. Not only wasted 2 years, can you imagine? Sometimes you want to wait a little bit for the right moment. Okay, but the time issue, the situation issue, and you just have to make your choice to say, okay, but why do you think that person didn't say anything to the boss? What's the matter? Trust will be maybe one of the reasons. Okay? It also means that, he did give his input. It was never appreciated. Was never taken well. I was encountered in a similar situation last year. And we have 5 people working on analysis and data. In this meeting, it was like a discussion, this and back and forth, and then the PI, principal investigator, finally said, okay, this is it, we're going to do this way. I was like stumped. I was the most new. I was new to the group. I was like stumped. Like, no, that's the most wrong way to go. But nobody else said anything. I didn't say anything. We have meeting after meeting, only for the data group. So all 5, including me, agreed. That's the wrong, the most wrong, the worst way to go. We should go this way. I said, why did you guys say so? Oh, you cannot. And he decided. It's like, okay. But I said, we are hired to consult, to make the right decision for data. He made that decision because we misinformed him. But the data group decided nobody's going to say anything. I said, okay, for this and this and this and this, that reason, is this the conclusion everybody agreed? And everybody said yes. I said, okay, does everybody agree? I'm going to write an email to this boss, and I'm going to say this is a group decision. Everybody agreed, right? Did I write that email? I did, right? And this boss didn't respond very well. Very nasty. Pointed to me. I was like, okay. That's the week, and the weekend we're going with Leon's group going to Yosemite. And I was like, in my mind, I was new to the group. I feel very insecure. I feel like, oh, I totally blew it. Then I went to that trip with this was like 87 international students and scholars. And I was a driver. On the way there, I had my full call of visiting scholars from China. They are one time in my lifetime opportunity to go to visit Yosemite. You know what happened? I was like talking, discussing this issue with my work and asking for their comment. They analyzed all the way. We check in with the church and the host family. And next day, here we went, go to Yosemite Park, about an hour, a little more than an hour drive. And not far after we left the church, I found out my car has no gas. And I have that common sense national park and nearby maybe there's no gas station. So that's how it could affect me. Make a very long story short, all the blessings, and we finally made it to the park. There's no gas, my car's dead there. That's just another story. You guys have to give me opportunity some other time to talk about that story, how we get the car and gas and everything. Bottom line related to this is that, okay, I end up all by myself in Yosemite Park. The whole purpose of going to that trip is to get to know people, to build relationship, right? So I was all by myself, Saturday afternoon, walking that trail, thinking, why am I here? And I'm thinking, okay, so I was like still thinking my work environment that day. So I'm thinking, if we can turn the clock back, would I do the same, say the same? I'm thinking, professionally, I didn't do anything wrong. It's the other person didn't take it well. If it's the next time, exactly same situation, I'm going to do the same and say the same. So I have peace, complete peace. Went back to work Monday morning. First thing in the morning, we had that group meeting. The big boss came in, couldn't even look at me. But he looked at the right person, directly to that person, discussed the issue. You know, just to my surprise, that person still was not revealing what's the reason this is the right thing to do. So that's the team. I need to make a choice. That's the team I want to continue to work with, right? So for the work environment, for personal relationship, it's all the matter of a different kind of decision. Also, there's timing, there's time factor. I wouldn't just drop the project and say, because of that, I'm not leave, I don't work with you. No, I'm going to finish the project, I'm going to fulfill my commitment. But then there's a decision point if I want to, with all the other factors I need to consider if I want to work with this team anymore. So be authentic. If they're broken relationship, you know, I think the one way I know that to rebuild that relationship is you need to be authentic. So the definitions, and there's the philosophers, you know, to define what's authentic. But basically, I think we need to know who we are. We need to know our value, what's important. Okay. If we don't know who we are, what we do, what's important to me, then it's going to be a chaos in your life that there's like decision point, you just don't know which way to go. Because there's this way, so everybody going this way. But is that the way you have peace and joy, that you think that this is the way I choose to go, so that later on, it wouldn't get my stomach and have ulcer. Really. So be authentic, be truthful to yourself, get to know yourself. So what exactly does that mean? So 2,000-some years ago, there's a Chinese philosopher. I'm Chinese, I like to quote Chinese. Sincerity is the fulfillment of our own nature. And to arrive at it, we need only follow our own true self. But do we know our true self? You're young. I mean, you have a great reason to say, no, not yet. Okay? But some specially blessed people, they're young, they know. That's a philosopher, Chinese. Also, historically, there's another person, Jesus. It's from Bible, Book of John. Said, I am the way, and the truth, and the life. You see, the grammar is not quite right. But that's what he said. I. And the N and N. That means 3 in 1, 1 in 3. All together. 我就是道路、真理、生命的生命之道 and the truth. I am the truth. So, as a Christian, my personal experience, that's what I identify with. Because I get to know God, I get to know Jesus. So, I start to know more and more who I am. See my identity in the beginning, I said who I am. I'm a child of the King, the Almighty, the Creator of the universe. hey, how precious and what a privilege that he, not only I'm the child of the God, but also he, in fact, gave me this opportunity to serve him. I'm his servant. So whom do I serve? I don't serve China Arch Ministry. I don't serve UCSF. I serve you. Do I serve you? No, I serve God, because God sees each single one of you as so precious. It's like his pupil in his eye. So unique. Your fingerprint, the whole universe, everybody's fingerprint is different. That's how unique you are. So it's a leadership retreat. I feel like I just have a few quotas as my friends, Leon and Shangchek. It's like his somebody I trust. His definition I like. I Googled a lot, but I like his definition the most. Leadership is the ability to get people to do what they don't want to do. I like it. See how we can learn this whole week. See how we can be a leader. Get people to do what they don't want to do, but they like it. They just love to follow you. Again, there's different definitions. Again, I want to quote what Jesus said. Because I'm Christian, I'd like to quote what Jesus said. Whoever will be great among you must be your servant. And whoever will be first among you must be your slave. Even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. There's so many jargons and words here. I believe maybe 1/3 of you just don't know what this is about. But I hope that you have time to explore. Who is the Son of Man? Who Jesus is? And what does that mean? He comes, in fact, as God himself come to us in this world. Not to be served, but to serve. He is my example, and he's a good example. That's what I choose. I personally choose to follow. So Carter said, I'm here to clean up after the election. They told me to especially look for certain things that may be laying around the room, like expectation, big egos, lost dreams, disappointment, gossip, and presumptions, and some other stuff. They also said to look carefully, and I might find a servant's heart. And if I do, I'm to treat it with care. This tells a lot about this culture. It's very rare to find a servant's heart. Everybody wants to be on the top there, to control, to manage, to get up there. But the best leader, in fact, is to serve others' goodness. This is a blessed man. It's raining. He found some things more important than himself. Okay? And he's satisfied. That sense of satisfaction, that's what he found. Can you imagine? I hope you find some things more important than yourself. And then you start to experience that sense of satisfaction. Whatever kind of leader you are, then you have very blessed and abundant life. Oh, just a sign, we have opportunity.